And we live. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, WatchYoMouthReviews. This is your boy James, where today I'm here to give you my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. It is not going to happen this video, but that's okay. We'll live to fight another day. Joining me is my co-host, Mrs. Beth. Y'all say what's up to her. Sorry, y'all. She just getting off work. So yeah, she'll be joining us in just a second here, but that's all right though. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. Any reviews or recaps I don't cover on my channel, it's because we cover on her channel. We do a lot of videos collaboratively together, and also we do videos. She does a lot of other videos on her own as well that are absolutely amazing. You guys should be able to check out her content. Subscribe to her channel and be sure to tell James sent you. So yes, let me go ahead and see who is joining us in the live chat here. My girl Shani made it up in here first. Hey, what's up to Shani, y'all? Thank you for being here first up in here. Kevin Reynolds is in the house. Hey, Kevin Reynolds, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. What's the jokes? Why is the jokes? What's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean, Kevin Reynolds? Let me know what that's supposed to mean. But anyway, y'all, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm so over this season already, y'all. It's going to take a prayer and a miracle to see if I would come back next season if this is still the same cast. I'm just letting y'all know right now. I'm about over these women. I really am, because they ain't talking about nothing. They not doing nothing, and I'm over this. This has been the most drabbest season I've ever covered on this show. But let's get into the foolishness. Hey, Keywan, thank you for being here. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for being here. So, the episode opens up off of this very crazy but entertaining yet very cringy scene with Portia and Shamia. And Shamia letting it out the bag that Miss Diane, allegedly tried to sleep with her dad. It was in very poor taste. I'm going to say it again. I didn't agree with Shamia doing that. I just didn't agree with it. I thought that was something that she shouldn't have done. I get people in today's time watching it back and saying, well, Portia said something about her mama first and everything. And I agree with everyone. Portia did start it. But the problem, and Mrs. Best said this last week, the problem with Shamia is she waits too late to get her lick back. So as we all didn't forgot about the mama situation, and we didn't forgot about the whole talk about Portia and bringing it back up, it's not that Portia wasn't wrong. Portia was dead ass wrong. But the problem is that's something that happened a year ago that we all kind of forgot about. So now you bringing it up now, it's too late, and now it's hit another raw spot. So you two will never come back from this because it's too much has been done. And I'm going to give my opinion on where their friendship is, like why they will never be able to make amends. And I don't blame Shamia for this when I say it, but I'll get to that in a minute. But Shamia is with Kelly. I don't know where they were. They was in someone's living room. I know that wasn't the house they were staying in, but they were in somebody's living room, talking. And Kelly is comforting Shamia, because Shamia, as much as she's happy she got that off of her chest, she does feel sad and upset about the fact that her and Portia can, just bury the hatchet and be friends. But she said it had to happen. Like, this had to get off her chest. She couldn't hold it in any longer. And I get it, but at the same time, once again, you could have just left it as, what did I do wrong? What did I do to you? Why do you feel this way? Because in my eyes, I was the one who was did wrong. How did this surface to you being did wrong? I just don't understand why Shamia couldn't say it like that. I don't know. So they were like, well, I don't know if we should go out. And Shamia actually wants to go out because it is, quote unquote, Phaedra's birthday. So they do want to go out, and they figured, Kelly, especially Kelly, is hype. Kelly's like, yeah, I want to go. I ain't going to let these ladies stop me. I came here to turn up, because y'all know Kelly going through it at that time and at this time. So they decided that they're going to go ahead and show up to the club. So before we get into the club scene, Mrs. Best, I have to ask you, I know we touched on a lot of this last week, and we said a lot about Shamia and how she waits too late to get her lick back when it comes to someone doing her wrong. Do you feel that Shamia, if she had approached it a different way, that Portia maybe would have understood?
I'm gonna just comment on the same. Um, I think the Portia and Shamia thing is just dead. I'm over it. They're both wrong. I don't know how else to put it. They're both wrong, but we could move forward.
Okay. Absolutely. Cameron said Portia is a happy 403 and Shamia is a mean 403. It's 304, Kevin. 304. 304. But that's okay. I got what you were saying. Kelly and Shamia were in a hotel room. Was it a hotel room? What they get a hotel room for if they
I think they have went back because they left.
were they back at the house? That didn't look like the house to me.
They were in some sort of room.
Yeah, they were in
But they
they were
did
in
leave.
something. Yeah. Do what Keywan say, y'all support the channel. Y'all do what she say, like the video. Y'all do what she say. Get me up there. Get me to at least 400 by the end of this week. Y'all know y'all can do it. So we're at the club, and when they get to the club, everybody is surprised that there are, a lot of black people. The club is lit. It reminds them of Atlanta. And I did look it up. It is a small population of black people. I think they said that it's about 1.2% black in Scotland, which would make up about 65,000 black people that live there. So it's not a high number, but compared to it being millions of people, we still got a lot more to go. But I'm glad that this club did seem like it was highly diverse. I do love that. It's Phaedra serenade time. So the ladies who are singers and who have music out decide to go ahead and perform. We start off with K Michelle. K Michelle sings VSOP. I think that's what she sung. I don't remember. But it was nice. I thought that was good because you got to pay K Michelle to perform. So the fact that she was willing to do that, I'm sure that was the highlight of people who are true K Michelle fans in there. That was probably a highlight for them that she actually performed. I know that I don't know if they cut it out or I just missed it because I thought Drew did a song as well. I might have missed it. I'm sorry, y'all, if I missed Drew.
She sang Delulu off of her album.
She did? Okay, so they must have dubbed that out or I missed it because I was like, I thought Drew did perform. I thought the snippet that I did perform. So as Drew's finishing up her set and everything, Shamia and Kelly walk in. And as Shamia and Kelly are walking in, everybody's looking at them and everyone is also very confused on why they're showing up because people are holding the allegiance to Portia saying, well, you just sat up there and accused her mama of all this stuff. We have Cynthia and Angela in their confessional saying, why are you here? You just, talked about this lady mama. Now you popping up in her face. Now, here's the thing. That party was for all y'all. I get to keep the peace. Maybe she shouldn't have came, but then I feel like at the same time, no. She's okay with Phaedra. Kelly's cool with Phaedra, so they could show up for her. Like I just felt like they were just being mean and rude. But from there, I know that Portia was asked to sing, but Portia wasn't singing. Portia got the hell up out of there. She said it is too soon. She can't be around Shamia. And at this time, Shamia is asked to perform. And they edited it really weird because all I saw was Cynthia. And I know that they dispelled this, but Shamia said that none of the ladies were present for her when she was performing. Now, on social media today, Angela has confirmed that she did sit through there and watch Shamia perform. So that was not true. And Cynthia also said, and I saw Cynthia, so I don't know why, I don't know where Shamia was talking about. I was like, okay, we saw them. I saw Cynthia at least, so that's not true. But I think that Shamia wants to perpetrate that everyone has turned against her. And I don't see it the same way. I don't, because people who turn against you, like I'm thinking of what season was that, 9 or 10, where everybody was trying to ice out Portia for what happened with Candy? That is being iced out. I feel like because nobody was trying to fool with Portia except for Sheree. Nobody really was trying to fool with Portia. So I feel like that's what I would consider people not showing up for Shamia. Shamia has people. She has K Michelle, even though they're not, in the best space. She has Pinky. She has Kelly. And then Cynthia showed up, and I'm sure Phaedra still was standing there. So,
Shamia also has the it crowd of Atlanta, being close with Candy
mm-hmm.
and Rashida and all of them, because they just all was traveling together. Shamia likes to play victim, and that's what turns me off of her. Because a lot of the time, even though she gets her licks back too late, it do be Portia or somebody else in the wrong. But the problem is she focuses too hard on looking like a victim, because if you're a victim, you're more likely to be pleasing the people. And we know at the core of her, she's a people pleaser. So
She is, and then she's a she's a like one of those very provocative victims where she does provoke. And then when people start holding her accountable, she likes to twist it and make it seem like the other person is wrong. I do
yeah,
notice
she
that
did
she
that
does
with
it.
Portia at the table. You're not gonna address this lady. Like, I don't even like Portia, but Portia has not addressed Shamia. She has not spoken about her negatively in her confessional. She hasn't
Mm-hmm.
been talk. She does talk shit on the internet though, but usually it's when they're not filming.
Right.
But she did pick that fight with her. How you gonna bring up somebody else's daughter at a table, and then when they come back at you, then you decide that you are gonna, I just have to let this out about the moms. Like, now everybody's questioning everything. Shamia, she just does not think. I think her and Portia are the same because birds of a feather flock together. However, I think that when it comes to being more calculated, Portia's better.
Yeah. And see, and this is where I was gonna make the point later when she was on the phone with Lauren, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna make it now just because I might just skip over that scene because that was really nothing. Um, for me, I feel like Portia was waiting for Shamia to crawl back to her the same way Shamia did in season 10. If y'all remember when they had fell out in season 10, it was Shamia who called back to Portia and tried to get back with good with Portia. And I feel like Portia was expecting her to do it this time around as well. Because Portia doesn't want to give you that energy that she could have been wrong in the situation. She was going to ride that wheel of her being, distant, not giving her much energy, not saying nothing negative. She was going to ride that till the wheels fall off. But I do think that deep down, Portia, the only way she was going to be cool with her again is if Shamia crawled back to her the same way she did in season 10. I think that that was really why Portia kept her distance and waited like that. But then it went south. It went south. So that's how I see it. But that was pretty much the end of that night. That was the end of that scene. We'll touch more on Phaedra's birthday a little bit later, but moving on from there, it's the next day, and the groups are going to be divided because right now it's too much going on. It's too much tension in the air. And so Phaedra wants to go see a cemetery. Phaedra said every time she goes to a different country or a different city, she always wants to go to a cemetery because she is a mortician and she does direct funerals. So she, figures she wants to visit. And she goes, it's also very touching and inspiring. I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do this. So she's telling Portia that she's going to take Kelly, Shamia, and Cynthia with her while they're doing that because she feels like maybe, she could split the group up and make sure tensions are on the rise and maybe have a conversation with Shamia for the duration of the trip to make sure it goes well. And Portia was like, that's cool because, yeah, Portia was saying that her and Shamia definitely need to have a conversation. But Phaedra's like, not right now, not today, maybe another day, but not right now. We can't ruin this trip. So they go off. Meanwhile, Portia has K. Michelle, Pinky, Drew, and Angela, and they were supposed to have like a little spa date. So that's what Portia has planned for the ladies. And also, she's going to show them where they're going to be having dinner for Phaedra's birthday. But getting to Portia, I mean, not Portia, Shamia, Kelly, Phaedra, and Cynthia. Phaedra doesn't tell them that they're going to the cemetery right then and there. She waits till they get, down the road, and then she says that's what they're going to do. And they're all like, oh, hell no, no, what are you doing? Because I agree, who randomly, unless it's a tourist attraction, who randomly goes to a cemetery? Like, you don't have family buried there. You don't know nobody there. So why go there? And I don't know if this cemetery really was a tourist attraction because I did hear about the lady who wrote Harry Potter. I did hear about that story, but I was like, but still, I don't feel like that's enough to go and visit the place. Mrs. Best, how do you feel about them visiting a cemetery? Did you think that was odd too?
Um, okay, in real life, I would say yes, that's odd. But because Phaedra is on the cast and most of her RHOA tenure was her getting her mortician license and her doctorate and that and all that stuff, I just feel like Phaedra uses this cemetery and funeral storyline like a lot. Like we really haven't gotten anything from Phaedra since the go away from me with this Apollo scene. We really haven't gotten anything from her outside of funerals, unalive people, more funerals, how people are unalive, and Willie Watkins. Shout out to him. But other than, I'm not surprised by it based on like this is what Phaedra does.
Right. This is what she does. This is right up her alley, which is why I actually enjoyed her on Married to
Why my
Medicine.
husband said though, watching the episode with me last night, and he was drinking because of the World Cup, you know, drunken by sober thoughts. He looked at my television and go say, "Oh damn, starting to see Phaedra's age now." And then at the end of the episode, he said, "What the hell is going on with her wigs?" I said, "You know what? Leave Faye alone. It's the cemetery. It's aging her."
I was gonna say, or she's trying to morph into a middle-aged white woman, but I mean, it's
But I'm
something to
tired of.
be
I'm not
seen.
trying to be mean or like what do they call it, a buzz killer or any of that. I just feel like Phaedra, and I was actually excited for her to come back to RHOA. If you go back to a lot of James's reviews and little unpopular opinions, but like I'm Phaedra and Shamia both like just disappointed me so much because Phaedra don't do shit, and you already know how I feel about Shamia. But like this funeral stuff, and then she's latching on to the melanin redacted man. I'm like, not you bonding over the unalive. It's weird.
It
It's a
was
little weird.
weird, and I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't want to talk about that. But yeah, Phaedra. I don't know if she met this man beforehand, and because he seemed very comfortable. He was the only person that she was the only person he gave a hug to. He shook everybody's hand, but if you notice in the scene, he actually hugged Phaedra. So I'm wondering if they actually knew each other, but I actually could see her with that man.
This is Phaedra, okay? Everywhere the Phaedra goes, she makes connections. That's what attorneys do, okay? And we've heard other housewives and people say that Phaedra is real good with the colorless. And she played on Traders and was out there before. I feel like Phaedra got all sorts of homeboys and kilts throughout the valley of Scotland. I really do.
She
But I am
did, but
hollering. Kevin called her a geriatric city girl.
I ain't there yet. Let me get there. Hold on. Let me see. Kay did. Yeah, she did a good job for it to be just her singing along with the backtrack. I thought she did a good job doing a little bit she did there. Honestly, Shamia should have not gone to the club. She was a reason for the discord from moments earlier. Sorry, not sorry. I don't think she should have went either. But then at the same time, you can't really stop somebody from
It's
having
the
fun.
why. It's the why. This is the one time I agreed with Portia. Why would I want to be around a bitch that's talking about my mama?
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's
I
why
would.
Portia ran up out of there and Shamia was running to her. It's weird.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I still would have went. I just would have been on the separate side of the club. If I wanted to go and turn up, and this is the place we supposed to be going, I would have just went to the other side. She probably wouldn't have saw me.
Was that the only club in Scotland?
I think maybe the biracial one, not biracial, interracial.
Okay, I would have been partying with my melanin redacted sisters and cousins
I'm trying to tell you,
all by myself, and RHOA would have made a scene out of it.
right? Yeah, Shamia plays victim, gets starts to ish, hella exhausting. I totally with you on that one, Kevin. She is exhausting. Lexi, I did not see you in here. I'm so sorry. Hey, Lexi Ling, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Oh my goodness, let me see. Agree. Portia and Shamia and Portia are very alike. Portia is more likable. Shamia is a try hard that comes off cringe and corny. Um, I don't think Portia is more likable. I think Portia is more charismatic.
That means to be more likable. That's
Not
just
not
another
and
way of saying it.
no,
To
because
have
charismatic comes
charisma.
with manipulation.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
Yes, it
Geminis
does.
are charismatic. To have
That
charisma
does
does
not
not
prove your point of it not
to
being
have
charismatic.
charisma does not mean to manipulate. Charisma, you're describing something of someone. To manipulate is the act of how someone would do it. So someone with charisma may be easier or have an easier time of manipulating someone else, but that doesn't automatically mean that they are manipulative. Just saying. I just wanted to explain it to you. That's all. Don't make that face. You look like your mom.
Because she, thank you. I love my mama and she beautiful. But anyways, like I was saying, you just proved my point. Anyways, next, so we're gonna go to the next thing. So I'm late, but if Shamir cries one more time, I feel you, Lexi Lean. I'm about tired of that crying. I really am. I don't do cemeteries. You know what's funny is I did work for one very short time. But I mean a very short time. I mean talking about it was a matter of little weeks. They wanted too much for licenses and background checks and shit. And they wanted me to pay for the shit myself. I don't do that. Sorry. If you want me to work for you, you got to pay for that. I could tell you ain't shit there and you're just going to see for yourself, but I'm not paying for that. So that's the reason why I had to leave that job. But I did work for one. It wasn't as bad for the little time I was there. I would not care if me and Portia threw hands the night before. I'm not going to no damn cemetery in order for you to separate us. That's what I'm saying, Shanny. I'm not going to no cemetery either. Phaedra, I would say, excuse me, sir, you can drop them off. I'm riding back with you, or I'm going to sit in the car with you. I'm not going up in there. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't care what they say. I wouldn't care what production said. I'm not going to no cemetery. If I don't have no family there, what the hell is the point? The hell? It's not like we're going to the cemetery where Whitney Houston or Michael Jackson or even Prince is buried. That's famous people in the cemetery. I still wouldn't go in there. I still wouldn't go in there because if I don't have any connection or ties, I don't want to be there. Yeah, Phaedra gives geriatric city girl. I forgot which YouTuber it was who um so said that Phaedra looked like a China doll, and I can't unsee it. So when you said she give geriatric city girl, that just popped in my head. I think it was Bondi Blue. I really do. For some reason, I'm putting it on Bondi. Bondi, sorry if you did not say that, but I feel like it was you who said Phaedra looked like a China doll. Now I can't see it. Now Kevin talk about geriatric city girl. Y'all be killing me with Phaedra. It's not her first or second time out in Scotland. Maybe she didn't know this. I'm serious. She knew this man because he was way too comfortable with giving her a hug and giving everybody else a handshake. Hey, JB, thank you for being here. Yes. JB recently had a birthday. Shout out to JB. Happy
Oh,
belated.
yes. I would love to, James. I just want you. I encourage you to Google the definition of charisma afterward. That is all.
I know what the definition is. I didn't say you were wrong. I just smiled like this. I know the definition. I know you're
And
right.
you'll see that manipulation is not in there.
It
That's
should
doing
be.
people with charisma dirty because I'm a charismatic person and I never manipulate people.
I didn't say. Well, first off, let's make something very clear here. You're charismatic, but not with everybody. And not with everybody. So I'm not going to put
Oh,
that on you. You're not charismatic with everybody. You're very selective with who you're charismatic with, and that's fine. But I'm not saying you manipulate either. I didn't say that. I just said most people use their charisma to manipulate. A lot of them do, and Portia is one of them. That's all. No harm, no foul, friend. I know you're not manipulative. I know you. You far from that. You very listen. Mrs. Best is way too straightforward to be manipulative. That's all I'm saying. Way too straightforward. That's somebody that is well to the punch. She gonna get you. Glad you got to have a great birthday. Let me see here. Why is this? I hope you guys are seeing the comments because on my side it's delaying and I don't know why.
yeah, we can see them. It's probably
Oh,
StreamYard.
okay. Because I'm like clicking on it and it's not popping up on the screen on my side.
It's the software, darling. It's never
Ugh.
working right.
StreamYard,
There's
count your
always something.
days. I'm telling you, I am so sorry, y'all. I'm like clicking on it. I love Kevin Reynolds. I do. I love Kevin Reynolds. I do agree with James. Some people use thank you, Keywan. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Thank you. Anyways, y'all, we're gonna move on to the next part. So Portia, as we said, had this little spa date for the ladies. And as she has this spa date, they didn't really do anything that was spa related. They looked at the sauna. It wasn't really to anyone's liking because Angela said, "This is not what I usually do when I go to a sauna." So I don't know what Portia trying to pull. The hot tub was a portable one, so they didn't get in there, even though Portia gave us a flash of her, underset. And then from there, they were just like, okay, well, we don't want to catch no cold, so let's just eat. So as they're eating, they're bringing up what happened the night before with Shamia. And Portia, and I feel Portia on this. I do. As I said, I'm not mad at Portia for this because Shamia was wrong. Bringing up her baby and the mama's situation. She said that she tried to be good with Shamia. She wished they could be where they were. She said that she tried to throw the first olive branch to Shamia, which if we want to say that her inviting Shamia over to her house at the opening of this season was that, fine. I don't think it is. I was actually more with Kate Michelle. I don't believe Portia was really trying to make amends with Shamia. I don't believe that at all. I believe that the only way that they were going to make amends, as I just said, is if Shamia would have came on her hands and knees begging for Portia's forgiveness. I think that that's how they would have got back cool. But I don't think that she invited her to her house for that. In my honest opinion, I think that was production saying, hey, she got to be here. Sorry, not sorry, or we can't film at your house and you ain't going to have no scene. And y'all, if they're not in too many episodes, they don't get their check. So
you're probably correct, especially after her not filming in her house last season. Though it was because of the whole legal BS with Simon. Kind of like, why you here if you can't film in your house?
Exactly. So I just feel like she had to invite me because it was production. I really don't think, like, I know a lot of people will say, no, that was her extending the olive branch. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I'm not one of those people that think an olive branch would be her meeting with Shamia and say, hey, I want to see what your energy is like. I want to see if I can really stomach you. I'm not saying she should say this to her, but I'm saying, like, I just want to see where we can be because I'm having this party at my house. I don't know how I feel about you, but you're on the show, and I want to make sure that if I can extend the invite, that I will. I would have did that
they've
first.
Been beefing long. I think they said this though, but I think they've been beefing and probably having problems, like probably way back when Shamia was on the show as a friend of going hard for Portia. I feel like these two have been done with each other for some time, and that's probably why they taken it to hell with their arguments. But I don't know. Portia's the type that'll do what production wants. So I do think you're correct in that if she knows it's good for the show, then she'll keep doing it, which is crazy because when she was married to Simon, she was above being a housewife and didn't need it no more and then came right back. But she's going to do what's best for the show, probably.
Yeah. And it'd probably be within her best interest to invite Shamia versus not inviting her and making it look weird because then that would make her in the wrong. But here's my thing, because something you said I want to kind of highlight. I agree with you to a certain extent, and I'm going to explain this a little bit. I'm trying not to take everybody's time up. I don't think that they were beefing to the fullest extent that they were when Shamia was on the show. I think what it is that when everything is going right in Portia's life, that's when she is the most, friendly, warm, and outgoing, and just you're going to get all of the love of Portia when she has everything going right. And what I mean by that is Portia was married to Simon, and at the beginning of her marriage, you couldn't tell her nothing. Just like when she started coming back for season 16, she told us clear out her mouth, Portia Williams ain't coming to the shore, but Portia Gubadia is here. When she said that, that made me believe, like, okay, hey, she's winning in life. Everything is good. Her and Shamia over there singing the national anthem at the Hawks game. They're good because they both got their African men who are friends. So it works for them, right? It works. She got everything. She could compete with her life with Shamia because they have equal playing field now. But when the shit hit the fan, and that had to be ripped apart from her. Now I have to have an issue because she still gets to live her life and I don't get to have mine in the same way. And now I got to fight for everything. So I feel like for me, I see what you're saying about their beef, but I don't think it was a past situation. I think they both got past that.
Oh, no, I totally agree. Because one thing about Portia that you're saying that's spot on, she one of them fake ass, dry hating ass friends that acts like they
Yes.
support you and acts like they happy for you. But if they are not in the exact same place that you are at, and if they are not in the same level of success that you are at, they're gonna smile in your face, but deep down is eating them alive. They do give that they've always, especially Portia, like the dry hate. But I also feel like Shamia does it too. It's just kind of like Kevin says, she does it in the way that where she looks like a victim. But as I've been saying since all of this foolery with these women last season and this season, not that these hoes ain't shit, but they're very pretty.
Yeah, it is so crazy. I do agree with you too on that one. I do think that they both do it, but I think if I could guess what Shamia's is, I think Shamia is Portia's popularity. I think that that's her jealous strike towards Portia. If Portia has a jealous strike of Shamia living the life that she wants to be married with the kids, a big old 20,000 square foot mansion. I think that that's what it is. And for Shamia, it's the popularity that Portia has with or without the man. Portia's always in the center. Where even with
It's
Shamia,
a shame because it's like Portia has popularity that Shamia might want, but
yeah,
Portia does not have the respect. Like she's well known.
yeah.
Nobody's saying this is the most talented person, or you can just kind of think of her crashing out on RHOA and sleeping with Nigerian men and whatever else she do. Whereas Shabia, you more so know her for what she's done as it relates to music and hosting for the
Hmm.
Hawks and other stuff. So that's why you shouldn't hate on your friends, y'all. It's just
That's why
it's
you no,
pointless.
exactly. It's pointless because I don't understand how you could be jealous of someone's popularity when their popularity is strictly of her being a 304. I just don't understand that.
Because
Like
they
I
probably 304 together. But
but
Shabia
I
doesn't realize that she 304'd better. Her household
yeah,
name.
yes.
Like,
I agree. Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and move on, y'all. So Portia is showing the girls where Phaedra's dinner party is going to be, and she tells them that we're gonna get ready and get dressed up and actually wear the they didn't wear the kilt directly, they just wore whatever the slash is across their chest. But for Portia, she had called Phaedra. She was like, "Well, Phaedra, where you at? Because the girls are, we're about to get ready and everything." And she goes, "Well, I'm about 5 minutes away." And she's like, "Oh shit!" So none of the ladies are ready. So she has to say, she has to surprise them. So she tells the lady, she's like, "Look, y'all get ready, and then we'll go ahead and get this going." And Phaedra, call me when you're about 5 minutes away. So as Phaedra's in the car with Shamia, Cynthia, and Kelly, Shamia asked Phaedra how is co-parenting with Apollo. And she says, well, we don't really communicate anymore as much as we used to because the kids are older now. But, I have a great relationship with him. And she said, well, if, Shamia asked her, was it hard to date after being married to him? She goes, well, I really haven't dated much. I may have had like 2 relationships. So, I just haven't really dated. And Cynthia called bullshit like we all did. Phaedra.
no, I believe her. I don't think Phaedra has had boyfriends. She probably be fucking, but I don't think she's had serious relationships. I feel like she probably just be sitting on it. As they said, the glow up, how she be dressing, staying done, somebody's hitting it.
I
But
thought
that
it
doesn't
was.
mean that she's in a relationship.
I get you, but I thought that was a politically correct answer for her to do because, directly speaking, we've only publicly seen her in 2 relationships. Because I had to think, I
Mhm.
was like, Phaedra, I don't even believe that. But then when I had to look back on it, I was like, well, technically, y'all, we only saw her in 2 public relationships. So even if it's right or wrong, we have to go based on what we see. And technically, she is right. I felt like for me, that conversation bringing up Apollo and this divorce thing, Phaedra has been divorced over a decade now.
Thank you.
Bringing that up was ridiculous and stupid. Them kids damn near grown now. What are we bringing this up for? Like, this was such a ridiculous thing to talk about. I don't feel like Phaedra answered it any differently than she did when she first got divorced. So I don't understand why that's such a thing. Like, they also did this on Married to Medicine, which I was like, she's been divorced from this man for years. Like, why are we still bringing this up? So
He's going through his second divorce in real time.
Right. Like clearly Phaedra
The
wasn't the
kids is
problem.
driving. One of them is designing clothes. Like, this is what I mean. Phaedra getting a free check.
You
And
better say it
I'm
louder
a
for the
Phaedra
people in the
fan,
back.
but she is getting a free check when the women have to sit around and they don't even believe what you do share about your dating life. Please.
Shane said, "Where the heck is American Born?" I have no idea. Usually AB be here with us, but I don't know. Well, shout out to AB, y'all. That is my official, unofficial moderator on my channel. So y'all, shout out to AB, and he also moderates on Mrs. Best channel, and I believe on Keywan's as well, and a
On a
whole slew
couple
of
of
other
our
people.
channels.
And also, like we owe AB
He
some
was
money
in
sometime.
Sandra's live this morning. Maybe he's sleepy.
Probably.
We love you,
Bottom
AB.
line, we love you though. Yes. Bottom line, first gathering at Portia's house was all casting, hence everyone had to attend. Period. Well, I mean, yeah, but I feel like yeah, that's true, and I do agree. I I don't think that once again she had to say, but I feel like she was playing her cards right. Let me look good on TV. Let me look like I'm trying to be inclusive and love on her and everything like that. Meanwhile, keeping her at arm's distance. Portia, we see you. We ain't stupid. We know that shit. We know the game already because y'all make it easy. Y'all make it easy. AB getting love. Let me go drag AB by the scalp because where are you, friend? Right. AB, just know you loved on my channel. You loved in real life anyway, but you really loved here. You really are. So let's go ahead and move on to the last scene of the show, or last two scenes. So it's the dinner scene. Everyone shows up. Um, I will say this. I feel like Portia, we could say what we want about you, but she know how to throw a look together. When I tell you Portia looked amazing and that dress was fit, like that was flawless. She looked absolutely beautiful. Phaedra, however, I don't understand what's with these blonde wigs, Phaedra. I don't understand it. I'm trying to roll with you because I think she looks better with that red hair in her confessional. I
I
think
agree.
she needs to keep that wig. Phaedra needs to keep that wig and maybe and buy 10 of them the same way if you have to. If you have to change them out, just buy that same color because that color is so
Don't buy
beautiful on
10
her.
of them the same way.
Yes, like I said that about who else have I said that about? Old girl from Love Mary Huntsville.
Don't
The
buy
one that
10 of the same wig.
yes.
Oh,
No, she
that
ain't got to
just
buy the same texture. She just could
either way, it just tickled me. Thank you.
But no, I'm just saying Phaedra need to know. She need to go to that red hair is beautiful on her. She needs to keep that wig and buy 10 more. Um, but they all go to the dinner scene and everything. And it's very awkward because Portia is standing next to Shamia and holding her chair as if nothing's happening. Shamia is making faces and is drinking that wine and shit. And I'm like, Shamia, just embrace it. You were the person in the wrong. You may not feel that way today, but you were the person in the wrong. Just embrace it. She ain't paying you nothing. She acting like ain't nothing happened and she's ignoring you. She's not being mean. Just take it. So they all gather around the table. And this was a moment for everyone to tell Phaedra how they have, felt about her and everything over the course of their time with her. And it was really good and reminiscent because Cynthia and Phaedra, I forgot they started together. For some reason, I thought Phaedra came before Cynthia. For some reason, I thought that. I don't know why I did because I didn't remember. But they started the same season, and Cynthia praised Phaedra's resilience, how she was able to overcome a lot of different things and struggles and find her way back to the top. And I have to agree with Cynthia on that one. They couldn't keep Phaedra down the way most people would have been down doing what Phaedra did. I don't know who Phaedra praised to, but Phaedra ain't never went through a dry spell. We ain't never seen a car get repoed. We ain't never seen a house get foreclosed on. We ain't seen no bankruptcy from Phaedra. We ain't never seen her children out of control. We ain't never seen her having, sour
Because she
moments.
knows how to play for the camera, but Phaedra is highly intelligent. Every degree
Mhm.
she have requires a great amount of skill. She runs an entire firm in practice, so I'm sure she has to be good with money. She's used to reading things. I think she just plays for the camera, like because she doesn't need to be here. She definitely doesn't need the check. I think she just plays for the camera.
Well, it's what Dr. Heavenly said. I think Phaedra ultimately just wants to be a reality TV star. I just think that that's really what she wants to do. Yes, she has the other things to fall back on, several things to fall back on, but I think the ultimate goal is to be on reality TV. And if I was Phaedra, I wouldn't have quit Married to Medicine. I'd just been on both shows, personally.
I would have been cussing Dr. Jackie out and throwing food at her.
Right, because if I was, I'm sorry, if I had the access to be on Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta, I would have been on both shows.
Absolutely.
I would have been, and they would have to kiss my ass because I'm coming. Toya, whoever want to go get it, I don't care. But you know, we get to Portia, and Portia was like, "Well, Phaedra, I just want to let you know you have really been my rock, and you've really been there through the hard times when I had nobody to call. You picked up your phone, and you just really showed me love." And everybody looked at the table like, "No, I know this half a liar." And like Shabia said, Phaedra wasn't even at your wedding, so how the hell, you know? It's the one time I'm gonna give Shabia that because I do agree. I feel like Portia full of shit. I feel like that was sort of a step because she been doing it all trip, y'all.
Phaedra
She,
and Portia was just saying when Phaedra got back on RHOA as a full-time housewife, they was both talking about how they haven't seen each other in a minute and hadn't been that close, but they're glad that freaking Frack can come back. Like y'all told us you wasn't that close. Now you want
um,
to do this?
right. It just ridiculous and phony as hell. I was like, if y'all don't go somewhere and sit down, but Phaedra is, very keen on everyone giving her. She got very, emotional and was crying. It was a cute scene. It really was. Um, Shamia did. Was it Shamia? No, it was K Michelle. K Michelle asked how was the cemetery and everything, and they were like, "Yeah." And Phaedra gave her spiel about how she loves going to a cemetery. And Kay said, "I can't do that. Like, I can't just go to a cemetery." And then K Michelle goes into her spiel about being emotional, of almost losing her life getting these surgeries, and how the doctor told her mom and her son that she may not come back from this, she may not wake up. And to have those conversations, she had a huge fear of dying. And she would pray to God saying, "No, don't take me like this. Don't let me stay here longer. Like, let me be here longer." And I felt her. I did. I felt her on the whole situation. However, I feel like K Michelle has had this story for so many years on a couple of different shows. And it's her right to tell and her story to indulge in. I feel like it's hard for me to have empathy and compassion for her situation. Like, it really is hard for me, y'all. And I'm just being honest. This is no dig at her. This is no slight to her. But it's really hard for me. And I think for a lot of different reasons. One, I don't know her personally. I don't have any connection to her. So it's hard for me to really be like, "Oh yeah, this, K Michelle, we giving you a hug in spirit," when realistically it's something that you voluntarily did. And it just has the worst after effect that one can imagine. But it was hard for me to sit there watching this and really just rally in the tears with her. It really was. I don't know how Mrs. Best feels. I'm going to ask her in 2.3 seconds. But
Um,
for me, y'all, it was hard.
even though plastic surgery is elective, people do not elect for the side effects. So I actually do feel for her, but I'm also tired of hearing about it. K. Michelle has done documentaries. She has spoken on it all season. She spoke about it on her own show. Like, I understand it. I'm a little annoyed hearing about it, but also I understand the positivity and speaking about that just because there's a lot of people out there who want to go and do things to their body and they don't think about the side effects, or they feel like, okay, well, the percentage is small. It may not be me. So I do appreciate her for sharing it for that aspect. But what you want us to do, Kay? What can we do? I feel like she needs to go talk to somebody in therapy about it because she probably feels a tremendous amount of guilt toward herself for doing that to her body, and
Hmm.
that could be why she keeps discussing it. But she should definitely like have like a regular counselor or somebody that she's talking to about it. But it doesn't
Yeah.
need to keep coming up on the show.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at with it too. I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand it. I'm trying to rally because I do like her, but it's hard because it's like, okay, I keep seeing this show after show after show after show. And I'm like, okay, it's hard for me, y'all. Like, I'm serious. Like, I was empathetic with her watching the Lifetime documentary, Love and Hip Hop, when she actually was physically walking with the IV in her arm. I felt for her then. Now I'm kind of like, okay, damn, like another show where we got to hear about.
But
Okay.
it's also a testament. Like, be careful what you do to your body and what you do to yourself, because she was really, really young when she made those choices. And the choices that I made for myself like 10 years ago are not the choices that I would make for myself today. Luckily, my ass ain't leaking and it's not following me, you know. So maybe like the medical issues and whatever else she could be dealing with personally is like helping to remind it. But no matter how much it is annoying to hear, it could be helping people, because it seems like right now the trend is plastic surgery, and y'all finna wear these CNAs backs out when we get to the retirement homes if we keep putting this stuff in our bodies coming out misproportioned like Kelly.
Oof, damn. I'm gonna read the comments before I move on to the next thing. Remember Phaedra told Angela her first season back that she got a guaranteed 3-year contract. I didn't believe Phaedra, unless she's including the Married to Medicine years. That's when I would agree with her. I don't know if I believe that she got a 3-year contract. Well, let's see what happens if she shows up next season because the fans
I
really ain't
believe
seen
it.
her.
Nobody's wanted Phaedra at all, yet they keep putting her on us. I absolutely believe it. I think she probably has a great relationship with the Bravo producers.
I don't think. I think she will get it. I think, like for me, like I said, it depends on how that Married to Medicine, because she didn't show up for the reunion, but I think she was well deserving of the money because she was everybody's storyline. But I don't know if it's a guaranteed. I think Baby is something else, but I don't know if it's guaranteed to her. Like she ain't got to show up or do shit. Because then, if that's the case, Giselle's contract is guaranteed. Then
We haven't wanted webbed neck for some time, and she's still here, and that might explain it.
it could, maybe. I don't know. Shoot, I don't know how Bravo be working these days. I know. I don't think they'll give her an option for both shows. That's a big check. I do. I think if she didn't quit Married to Medicine and Portia brought her back, I think she could
I
do both
think
shows.
she quit Married to Medicine because she had the opportunity to go back on RHOA.
No,
I
she
don't
said the
think
lady.
Bravo. I don't think Bravo would pay her to do both shows at the same time either. But I had thought when she left Married to Medicine that it was because she was coming to RHOA, but I
Hmm.
don't remember. It was so long
No, because
ago.
she came back. No, she came at the end of the season. Because if that's the case, she would have started from the beginning. I think that they ran her off because they was doing shit. They were mean. I don't think they were mean. I just think it was funny because they thought they didn't want her to skate out of, because her first season on Married to Medicine was some bullshit. She was, in the sidelines being messy. But this second season that she was on, no, they made her work for that check, and she don't want to do that. I think they ran her off, but they couldn't have ran me off. I'd have been on both shows. I'd have just been on both shows. Because to be honest, it wasn't like she was doing a horrible job on Married to Medicine. She was just odd, but it worked. Other than filming for the first time, Portia has been to Phaedra's in years, and it was the 4th of July, and they had to post all over social media. Clickbait. That's what that was. I feel for Kay because she made poor choices when she was young, but why is she still considering more cosmetic work?
That part.
I think that that's why I feel the way that I do. I think that that plays a part in my mind of why I feel the way that I do, because she is considering doing more cosmetic work. We've seen her on the show speak publicly about it. I don't think, I would think that if you have something that's permanently in your blood that you cannot get rid of, you would think you would stay far away from an operating table unless it was absolutely necessary. But
Mhm.
I'm not her. I'm not in her mindset. I can't really, determine
That's why
that.
she got to stop talking about it on the show, because people sick of hearing it. It's like it can be positive, but if you're just going to get more work done, then shut up. Like,
I think I believe that guarantee contract for the last two seasons, Phaedra had no storyline. I see what y'all are saying. I
Shani.
do. I agree with this. I do. And the only reason why I'm agreeing with this aspect of it, of her not having a storyline, and it could be a guaranteed contract, is because we are evidently seeing this. However, Phaedra did the same thing when she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. When she didn't have after her and Apollo divorced. She didn't have no storyline. It was life after Apollo, which really wasn't much. She didn't like with that season when she was with Kim Fields and that season. She didn't do shit. We didn't have no storyline. Season after that, that was her last season. We didn't have no storyline from Phaedra. She was
She
just
only
Portia's sidekick.
engages when around cast members that kind of force her to engage, like Kenya Moore and the old school RHOA cast. And then the people in Married to Medicine was getting her to engage, but she drew the line and ran up out of there. So
Hmm. That's why she quit filming. JB is because listen, they was doing too much. Once Apollo and Shireen showed up to that couple's trip, Phaedra could act like she wasn't unbothered by that, but she was 100% bothered. You could see it in her face. So, yeah, I do think that she quit the show based on them playing with her emotions and feelings. And she went over to RHOA and filmed the last 2 weeks. And that probably was an overlap. So, Bravo probably would feel better about paying her all that money because I do think she got paid a lot of money to go on. I know she probably got paid more than probably Contessa and Sweet Tea. I don't think she made as much as Dr. Jackie and Quad and all them, but I do think that her check was way more than Contessa's and Sweet Tea's. I do. Absolutely, I believe it. But what else happened? So, oh yeah, so there's a moment where Drew did speak up about going to a cemetery. She has not been in one, and her dad died a couple years ago. She has yet to go and visit him, and that made her very emotional. So she excuses herself and walks out the room, and Portia runs in behind her. And as Portia is running in behind her, Shamia is, telling the ladies, about her struggle. Like, what's the thing he's talking about? I forgot already. And I'm trying not to look at my notes. But Shamia was having the floor and talking and, thanking Phaedra and all this and about the trip. And then Portia walks back in. She goes, "Oh, what did I miss?" And they said, "Well, Shamia was talking." And well, I tell you, Portia didn't even acknowledge anything about that. I said, mm. I said, "Portia, I see what you're doing. You ain't shit. I see what you're doing, but I get it. I get it." Y'all, they sing Happy Birthday to Phaedra, and that was the episode. It was much of nothing, but it was okay. I'm ready for this shit to be over. I'm ready to get to this reunion that everybody is saying from the cast is going to be great, and it's going to remind y'all why y'all love Real Housewives of Atlanta. And according to Andy, this is going to be the best reunion he has done in a long time. I'll believe it when I see it. Because right now I don't have much faith. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about Phaedra's birthday? Is there anything you would like to add on? Happy birthday to Phaedra. Portia played Shamia Dust when they said the conversation was mentioned.
happy birthday, Phaedra. You have plenty of income, and one of your kids may not want to go to college because he's a fashion designer. Please leave the show, be a friend of, and make room for someone else. That is all.
I agree. I agree. Me and the reunion will be trash. That's what I'm saying, Keywan. We're here. We're here with each other. We know what is going on. Season 9, she has a storyline, her revenge on Candy, and talking about Cynthia and what was in her garage.
I remember that, JV. She did have a storyline that season.
Okay. Okay. I got you, JB. Thank you. I appreciate you reminded me because I must have forgot about the revenge plot on her being the person behind it, and then Cynthia and Apollo's car being at their house. Yeah. Okay. I got you. I got you. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate you. Y'all, but that was it. That was Real Housewives of Atlanta. Once again, it was okay for what it was. I'm ready for the reunion. I'm ready to put the show behind me because this has been the most draining, boring, uncouth, lax, lazy,
I
pathetic
think
ass season.
it wasn't good. It wasn't the best season, but I also don't think it was the worst. I think compared to like the season with Broke Edie, Kelly, it was definitely better. It was a step in the right direction. I think the problem is, and I keep saying this, and I hate to be repetitive, I've never thought that Portia and Shamia, even prior to knowing anything of their issues, should both hold a peach at the same time. Because if they were close, then that's just an extra ally. And then if they're not close, then you got the whole group divided. So I think they have to get rid of Portia and Samia, or Portia or Shamia, like one of the two. And then it's K Michelle's first season, so even though I don't want to, I'll give her a pass for her first season because I do feel like she got wrapped up in a lot of the personal stuff with Shamia and them. But they almost have the cast, right? Like I would keep Pinky and Drew and Angela and even Kelly, even though she's annoying. Uh, but yeah, Portia and Shamia, they got the wealth, but I think they bring down the show. And I know that's an unpopular opinion. And definitely Phaedra can go.
Uh, Not Keanu Stewart thing finally got engaged.
It's
Girl,
alleged.
it's alleged
We
that
don't want
AI.
to. And she has a ring that people saw her with, but she hasn't confirmed the engagement. I just don't want her back on RHOP.
She ain't come back on. That's the girl. She ain't come back to that
Go
show.
show your ring the cookie. Keep it real tight on your finger though.
You see what your girl Shamia said about Kay while she was on Watch What Happens Live last night. Yeah, I saw it. Kay Michelle finna light that ass up. She is. Not much. Just it wasn't. It was boring. I bet it is. Season 14 and 15 reunions were boring. Yes,
Because the whole
absolutely.
reunion, they're gonna discuss Portia and Shamia. We don't want
Angie
that.
let it know last night on Watch What Happens Live that Angela not going anywhere nowhere soon. He would be ridiculous. Honestly, Angela is deserving. I might not see it for Angela right at this second, but Angela was carrying last season on her back, her Andrew. So definitely, I see him keeping Angela. Um, I see, like I said, I see him keeping Portia because she has the NBC Universal contract. Phaedra, I could see him keeping. Kelly is questionable to me unless she's willing to open up about what's going on in today's time. Kelly might be a questionable for me. I can see Pinky coming back. I don't know if K Michelle. I think K Michelle may voluntarily quit. I think she may voluntarily quit. I don't think she. I don't. I think they'll offer her a contract. I don't think she'll come back.
She never lasts too many seasons on any show that she goes to, even her own. I think she has like a short limit when it comes to dealing with reality TV.
I need them to bring, even though they're already on a reality TV show. I was like, they need to bring that lawyer and his wife on the show,
What lawyer?
the one that Shami was accused of sleeping with. But they're already on a TV show already, so I think there's a non-compete agreement probably. So the last two seasons were much better than we had Marlo, Sheree, and Sonya.
I liked when Sanya was around. When we got Sanya, I didn't know. Like I think because it was new, it felt off. But looking back, I'm like, I didn't mind the seasons with her at all. Now I kind of, what they say, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Never thought I
Oh,
said it about Sanya.
you're entitled. You're entitled to your. No, you're entitled to your opinion. I think
It's
that's
just, I
fair.
think what it is at least with Sanya, she's not. I think a lot of these cast members they're too involved in social media. I don't know how else to explain it. They're too fucking involved in social media. Everybody's aware and doing stuff for likes and dislikes, too much happening off camera versus on camera. They're too like, I don't want to say shallow, but maybe that's what I mean to say. But I do agree with you, James, that Pinky I think we'll see Pinky. I think we'll see Phaedra. We're stuck with Portia. And I do think Kay will quit. Maybe
Yeah,
she'll play like Kim just in the middle
I
of the
don't foresee
episode.
Shamia coming back either. And
Really?
I don't foresee it. No. I really think
You
for
think she gonna
me,
quit or the network gonna let go of her?
I think they're gonna offer her a friend of contract. If I know Portia the way I have witnessed Portia on this show, Shamia's not gonna be back. Not in a full capacity.
Hmm.
I don't foresee them keeping Shamia against Portia's will. I think Portia is going to run this. And I honestly
Giving
think
Portia a lot of power.
I'm not giving her a lot of power. That's Bravo giving her a lot of power. I'm not giving her anything. But I do think that if she pulls the Nini card and assert her power, I do think they will follow it. And you know what actually would be a good idea? Because it's in my mind now. I think what would be a good idea is if they replace Shamia and bring Kenya back as a redemption.
Mm,
I do. I feel like Kenya needs to be redeemed because I feel like she got the raw end of the stick and it wasn't fair.
I don't think Kenya will come back though, because
She would want to.
Broke Edie dropped the lawsuit and filed it at the federal level or something.
Yeah. But I would, that's what my hope would be. I mean, they don't have to necessarily do it that way, but my hope would be that, yeah, they probably bring Kenya back in some capacity for her to come back and redeem herself. I like Sonya, and I also watch Summer Olympics when she's commentating. Um, it's not, I don't dislike her. She rubbed me wrong her last season on the show. Or her first season on the show. She rubbed me wrong and she was never able to redeem herself from me. Because then she kept going down the wrong path. And it just wasn't a good look. Kelly needs to check, don't she
And
though?
she had a storyline though, Miss Samuel.
Yeah.
Half of these hoes don't.
Kelly needs to check, but at the same time, all they gonna do is
Her
garnish
husband's
it.
suing the network. So I do feel like whenever Bravo is able, they will let go of Kelly.
I see it happening too. Not she need a bra that fit. She don't
She
wear a
don't like
bra.
bras. Did y'all see when she lifted up her legs in that confessional? They said, "Oh, we saw your crack." Like what,
She's
Kelly?
she said, y'all seen this crack before. Who
Like
cares? I said,
everybody wants to see what's between your thighs, you angry little hobbit. What's wrong with her?
I y'all,
Why
I'm
was she
sorry.
not wearing
But
drawers?
I don't know, but Kelly is shaped like a lizard. I'm sorry. It's not befitting.
Like a leopard gecko.
She shaped like one. She a damn gecko with titties. I can't. I can't with Kelly. I forgot about that until you reminded me, and I'm just like, she do it to herself. Kelly, don't come at us because you do this to yourself. You do. Just
You know, my husband noticed, he was like, "Why does Kelly have on all these hats?" It's like the whole episode. She'll have a good outfit and then she'll ruin it with a hat. She has some white conductor looking hat on, and it was irritating me when she was talking to Shamia. I just had to let that off my chest.
yes, I agree. I I think Drew Phaedra can go, bring back King, and keep the rest of the ladies Kelly friend up. Hmm. I don't see them getting rid of Drew just yet.
Drew is draining. I like Drew, and Drew is talented, but she has lied so much the entire time that she has been on this show. And I'm wondering, I feel like Drew will come back because of all that happened with her divorce.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like she's not going to share like the truth.
I forgot who it was. Was it me that said that Drew and Stacy were the same?
I don't remember
I feel like
anybody saying that.
I feel like I said that at one point. I take that back because Drew's not the same. That divorce was sloppy as hell, and I'm mad at the city, and I'm mad at the district attorney and civic center office for allowing her to get away with that shit.
Hmm.
because y'all know y'all supposed to be doing y'all research on these people's incomes and shit. Having us reporting on that shit, 3 and 4, 5 different stories. That's why y'all, I'm telling you, when it comes to legal matters, I don't report until after it is signed, sealed, delivered at the county clerk's office. I do not report on it because I'm telling y'all,
I
the
only
moment you do,
follow the reports of pages like the Bravo docket, actual attorneys that are also telling us about stuff and have access because Drew's
yes,
divorce was sloppy, but
it was
I don't feel
sloppy.
like she's going to talk about it next season. And I feel like that would be the only reason she come back.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the reason why she don't come back too. I like Drew, but they use Drew as a scapegoat, and I'm tired of it. All of these lie. They do use Drew as a scapegoat because it's easy to poke at her. I do agree with that, but I don't think that's a reason for her to leave the show. I actually feel like, to me, if the production crew was smarter and whoever does the casting was smarter, they would keep tallies of that and start making it harder for the women to interact with her if they continue to do that. Like, make it hard for them, because I wouldn't allow Drew to reveal her story until they start revealing theirs. Because I think that K Michelle used Drew as a scapegoat. I believe not Kelly. Who was it? Was it Shamia? Shamia used Drew as a scapegoat. I think they all do it because it's easy to do it and it's easy to distract the audience. So Route will most likely stop her from talking. Listen, y'all, I don't know what Ralph can do. Ralph can tell. Ralph is a CIA agent. I mean, what is that? A spy. Ralph is a spy. Because I'm telling y'all, I ain't never seen a divorce that sloppy in my life. I ain't never seen a divorce that sloppy in my
I
life. Like
mean,
that.
things get sloppy when you lie. If you tell the truth, nothing to get sloppy. And it sounds like if you
But shit,
track all the documents that came and all the information that came out, Drew told a lie and then got caught in her lie. And then, yeah, she made it sloppy. She did it to herself.
I want to see this house get sold. If Drew come back, I want to see this house get sold. I want to see her working. I want to see them kids in a 3 bedroom
Ralph get the
townhouse.
house?
Huh?
Didn't Ralph get granted the house and the kids?
I thought she still was able to live there.
No, the judge upheld her stuff. I thought she was put out. She got an extension, but I believe she got put out of that house.
Is she put out of it today?
I don't know. I don't live in Atlanta shit. But that's what I last read.
See, that's a damn shame, y'all. We don't even know who
It's so
gonna
much
man.
that comes out of them, but that's the last thing I saw
I know
on.
that she has to pay him child support. I read that,
Mhm.
but I didn't read that she got put out the house.
Yeah, there was an order for it, and then they tried to stop.
Drew, let
Her
that house
lawyers
go.
tried.
Give him the house. Just give it to him. I would have gave it to him. I would have given him the house. I'd just say, okay, give him the house. I don't need it. Give it to him.
Oh, it says she was ordered to leave, but then they let her stay.
Yeah, that's the last thing I read. That's why I was like, I don't think she's out that house. But I
Oh,
will
but
pull a
she's gonna
reverse.
have to leave eventually.
I would just give it to him. Just give him the house. Like,
That's the problem. She's worried about one upping him instead of like I would be trying to fight for ways to get back my kids or lessen my child support or
right.
something.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Or do a 50-50 split where we taking care of each other's own
she
circumstances.
wants the house.
But she wants that
So,
house. I don't
like,
understand it. It's so stupid. Girl, leave that house and just give it to him. Just give it to him. I would trust me. I would let go of that shit so quick and go about my business. I don't care if I got to get a 2 bedroom apartment. It's gonna get done. Sheree was in an apartment for damn near 5 seasons. Girl, you can
oh,
get your
Drew is a Taurus. This makes sense. Okay. She's stubborn. That makes sense.
yeah,
It's fucked.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that makes sense. I'm like, I know an attorney could not have advised her on a lot of how she handled this divorce. She's stubborn. Stubborn as hell.
yeah. I agree. Damn, Drew, I'm trying to advocate for you. I am, but you make it hard. But anyways, y'all, that was Real Housewives of Atlanta. We stayed on a little bit longer. Tomorrow we will be live on Mrs. Best channel to cover our last episode of $1 Million Nannies. It was a crazy episode 8. So I'm excited for our last episode of that show. I hope they get a season 2. This story definitely has to continue in some capacity. So I'm excited for that. I can't wait to be on Mrs. Best channel. Mrs. Best, thank you for being here with me for Real Housewives of Atlanta. We hope to see you guys on Mrs. Best channel live. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Go to her channel in my description box. Subscribe to her channel as well, so you are ready and available when we do that live tomorrow. And I want to thank everybody for being with me here today. Shout out to all 8 of you. Make sure you like the video on your way out. And also, shout out to my replay gang. I'll be seeing y'all too. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, especially if you like what you see. Have a good one, y'all. Bye-bye.